Something that just brought to my mind is I just curious about those teachers who are educating in the schools. I just thought about how I just feel bad for teachers who are going to second primary school, like ages between 13 to 16, and about high school before you start going to graduate, because I'm just curious and I'm just wondering just how, not to be like insulting or anything, but just how shitty is your job, really? Just how hard is it trying to be a grown man or girl, at least woman, and how hard is it to properly show the children of today? How hard is it to learn these children who are just obsessed with social media and just have such bad attention span, and just children in general being very focused on materialistic things, and you got children being having preoccupied thoughts about drip and having the latest Nike or whatever, and you also got the girls who are just following these influencers, these big idols in America and whatever, those big surgery ladies trying to tell them what they need to do and how they need to look, and just constantly being messed up by seeing pictures and seeing TikToks and seeing Snapchat stories and everything, seeing these on the surface level very rich and successful people, and I just mentioned it on the surface level because you have no idea what their day-to-day life is, aside from these highlights reels that they are posting. How hard is it both to be a teacher in these days and being a student, either being a young ambitious man or woman? All I had to do was just get good grades, and social media was of course a thing. Relevant social media was just, well, Facebook at the start, and moreover it became something like Instagram, and then you got, well, Snapchat and everything. Those weren't really appealing to me. I had Facebook because well, I just wanted to not stick out in front of everybody, and they were publishing something important like sports or whatever from the sports club that I was participating in since I was young. So I just had Facebook because of that, and I just had Snap because why not, and Messenger, but I've never had Instagram, never. How hard it is to be such a young student these days when you just got all other classmates that you just can't really relate to. You want to be this ambitious goal setter, you want to go to the gym, you want to do these activities that are really good for you, but you are just stuck in the bubble of your classmates who are just nowhere near your capacity level. And I just think about these students who are quite ambitious, or at least have been exposed to such medias that want to start by themselves. Of course, you got Tate, you got Hamza, you got all these big figures who teach about doing your own thing and teach about doing these extremes. Like, you got the pole two opposite sides. You're a student who the teachers and parents and other people who are conditioning you to bullshit assignments. You got these people who just want to pull you in one direction, say that academics is the most important thing you will ever do. You need to have these materialistic things, you need to buy a house, you need family, you just have to keep on finding and doing the goals, but the goals are always just materialistic things. It's always like, okay, you need to get car, you need to get degree, you need to get this thing that might just not be your utmost priority, because to be frank, when you was born you never thought about getting a degree. You just wanted to have happy life. You just want your innocence back, at least that's the case for me. You just want to have that freedom of just doing childhood activities. Much like myself, I just looked at some birds and I just felt nostalgic from that, just seeing two birds hopping around. Like, that became more interesting to me than, well, the nursing degree I just finished a couple of days ago. That just made me happy, that little moment. So you got all these assignments that you need to do, but then you just got other influencers telling you that you need to drop out and you need to get out and start focusing on your own needs. And I myself is guilty of that, because I'm pursuing that right, or from your screen, the left side, trying to discover who I really am and start a business and start doing it on my own. But if you are a teen under the age of 20, it's quite hard just to try to pick one of each side, and maybe you don't want to follow either of those sides. You just want to go with your own and just not live up to the expectancy of others and just living the life that other people are living. You just want to find your own happiness. Well, you need to do that, because just living up to the expectancy of others is going to kill you. You just have no drive for doing it, really. You just don't have any energy to do it, and you just don't understand why you're doing it. You're always questioning it, and you're questioning your own decisions. So I just thought about the students who are in such a position. But you could just say that, oh, if you want to follow the entrepreneur route and just want to start by yourself, you could absolutely do it. But, well, to be like down to earth with you, if you ever try to have that discussion with your parents, unless you have very open, very loving parents and very, very good parenting, very open to solutions and everything, you would not dare to take that talk about dropping out of high school to pursue your dreams. That's out of the question for the majority of us, and I'm sure about it. Like, I remember that just trying to tell what I wanted to do, even at university, trying to do what I'm trying to do, I just got a handful of hate from the people who are really close to me. They thought it was stupid, I was not thinking right, and everything that. But at least I'm an adult right now, right? So I can just do whatever I want. But for the 15-year-old boy, for the 13-year-old girl, and everything, I just can't envision them being taken seriously about the things that they really want to do, unless, of course, you have parents that are very open. But I know very few people, at least in my social circle, who have parents who are reasonable and would like to listen to the children. Most of them are just controlling them everywhere. The students are struggling, man. They're struggling. At least if you're not just brain dead kid who just follow trends, want to buy the newest things. If you are the one who might be in a similar position that I've been, that I want to pursue something, but you just don't know what exactly, or if you do know it, that just don't have the opportunity to do it, I just really feel it with you, because it was hard when I was a teen. It was hard. It was not easy, but I genuinely feel lucky and appreciative that I'm not a teen today, like 10 years back, or 8 years back, 5 years back. I'm just really appreciative that I'm not a teen today, because I would just envision that it's worse today, when you just got kids going full in on media consumption, not really having goals. You got this Discord and Reddit groups that are just hanging all day, playing video games, and you just can't really do anything about it, because you go to class with these people every day. And if you, for example, if you are really heavy into video games and Discord, you might just want to try and leave that group. But I just know that could be a really, really hard decision to make, because if you leave that group, it's going to be awkward when you meet up in school later, because all your classmates who are in that Discord group are participating in your class, and it's going to be really awkward trying to explain to them and trying to, well, essentially tell them that they are bad people, but or doing at least bad habits, and trying to defend your cause, that you are somewhat better than them, and you're just saying that video games are a waste of time and everything. It can really be hard to try to explain as well in a non-rude manner. I can just be very open and very confrontational about things I want to say. But if you're more of the avoidance type, you just want to just go around the problem and try to explain in a very proper manner why you don't want to participate in that group. It could be very hard because, well, you're going to face backlash. Maybe these are friends that you have most of your life, and you're just trying to space away from them, and they will comment on that, at least if they're not very supportive friends. But I just know that dropping out of high school, if there was someone in the comments who see this video and might have that thought, I just want to tell you that I feel you, and I know it's very hard for you to make that decision and going through everything and trying to process what exactly you want to do with your life. But I can just tell you one thing, that grades are not everything. Grades are not, of course, not the same as money, because, well, money gives you some benefits, but more very, very much benefits actually. But if you are a teen who are just pursuing grades, it might be a good thing, but I will promise you, because it's been most of my life, that pursuing grades alone will not make you happy. Pursuing hard things that make benefits to your life, that's going to make you happy, not grades. And you might think that, okay, but I need grades to go to higher education. I might just go to high grades. I just needed to enter this university. And if you are locked in and you think that you will be happy with academics and you go good for it, do it. I mean, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to tell you that because I want to start an online business and you want to pursue academics. I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong. Of course not. If you mean it and you are going to be happy doing that, then do it. That's none of my business. But I'm talking about the people who just work for grades and don't really have any expectancy to do anything about it. They just work in case it's going to be trouble later. Those are the people I'm talking to, because I can promise you that if you want to live that life just doing grades and doing what you're told, you're going to be eaten alive by pressure from the outside world, because you're only going to be attention seeking, you're only going to seek approval, show them that you got good grades. And if you got not exactly a stellar grade, maybe you got like a C+, B-, and even if for most people that's really good, that's a really good grade. But at least in my case, that was not a good grade. Getting a C+ or B-, that was not good enough. And if you are in that similar position of trying always to do better and better and better, just have the marks on your paper and never just process what exactly you want to do with it, that's going to be really challenging later. You need to have a realistic talk with yourself. Maybe it's on the end of your bed, like you're sitting on your bed. Maybe it's on your chair. Maybe it's somewhere else that you're usually at. You need to have a very honest dialogue with yourself about what exactly do I want to do with these grades. You need to be very open with yourself, and you need to have realistic goals that you want to set up for yourself later. So if you are following the teacher's advice, or you're just following the advice that these online gurus and everything, if you're trying to follow them, either one's advice, you also need to prioritize what exactly do you want to do with your life. What's really important for you. That's really important for you to consider. So, but I can feel you. I can absolutely feel the struggle that you want to have. You set these ambitious goals, you want to do these things in your life, but you just have classmates that are just all over the place. Like, they're making noise, they're not focused, they just watch TikToks all day, watch reels hours and hours and hours, or YouTube shorts. That's my that's my addiction. So if you just got classmates who are just not in it, I just really feel it with you. And you might think that you want to drop out of high school. If you can do it and you're really persistent that you want to pursue the things that you want, go for it. But I also want to tell you that high school, if all goes down and everything it just comes crashing down, at least high school is temporary. The suffering is not persistent. It's not going to follow you around. Trust me on that, because I have been suffering most of my academics, trying to just get good grades and trying to get the approval of others. And here I am, finally making my own independent decisions. Well, it's going to be all right. It's going to be. But waiting for the opportunity is not going to do it. You need to take actions. That's really important. Yeah. Stay hard.